See, it's not just about being able to play 1 or 2 balls here and there. It's not just about being able to play 1 touch or 2 touch. It's about being able to distribute the ball and being able to put your team in the best opportunity every moment of the game. In this video, we're going to be going over passing, the mindset to make you a better passer, the skills that make a great passer, and also drills that you can do that'll make your passing better. So let's get into it. Whenever you're on the field, you need to have an intimate relationship with the ball. You need to lock eyes, see them from across the room. That's not what I mean. You need to keep your eye on the ball at all times, and do not take your eyes off of the ball until you have finished with your swing. This is going to make sure that you are playing every pass with perfect form. And unless you're just playing a pass to the defender every time, then the passes that you're playing that are bad are coming from poor form. Easiest and quickest way that I can get you to stop pulling your head is this simple shift. Rather than picking your head up to see where that ball went, I want you to start listening on the field for what a pass. It's that simple. If you start hearing this 3 to 4 times every single time you play, you will get very good very fast. Okay, awesome. Don't have a girlfriend or boyfriend and have some intimate relationship with the ball. That's not what I said. How are you actually going to get my passing better? You can train having a great pass very simply, and these are the 3 that I recommend. Number 1, the hop and stop. The reason why I call it the hop and stop is because you need to start making sure that you are hopping, driving your foot next to the ball. If your plant foot is not next to the ball, then this is the simplest reason why your passes suck and the easiest to fix. So you want to drive your plant foot beside the ball. You want to make sure that your ankle is finding the heart. This is because the power in your pass and the control is coming from your hip. You have to align your hip whenever you are passing. Doesn't matter what kind of pass you're doing, it's all about aligning the hip. Now there's a few ways to make sure that you're aligned in the proper direction. First is going to be your plant foot. Where are your toes pointed on your plant foot? This is where you have to start. Your plant foot has to be pointed in the right direction of where you want the ball to go. Next, you need to make sure that your hip is aligned. And you can do this by dropping your arm next to your hip and pointing your arm out from your hip. Whenever you bring your hip through and you swing through the ball, you should be making clean connection with the sweet spot or the instep of your foot near your ankle. So as you're warming up, make sure that you are swinging your hip through, and whenever you are making contact with the ball, you should be isolating your hip so that way your arm is pointed straight out exactly where you are aiming at the person in front of you. You're going to quickly realize that if you're doing this correctly and consistently, your passes are going to get so much better. Number 2, countertop swing. I want you to get used to thinking that your arms are on top of a countertop. So lift your arms up like so, and you're going to start with them beside you. And you're going to bring them across as you're kicking through the ball. Now your mechanics for the hop and stop are still going to come into effect here. You're going to be stepping through the ball, making sure that your ankle is finding the heart, and your hip is going to isolate whenever you're aimed in the right direction. Now, the reason why we like to move our arms across the face of our body is because we want to make sure that we're keeping our chest out and that we are keeping our body in the proper alignment as we're striking through the ball. They're great for low driven and also a driven ball across the field. Again, there's a few things that you want to focus on. First is driving strong into the ground whenever you are playing the pass. The next is that you're pointing your toe whenever you're driving through the ball, making sure that you're making contact with your sweet spot. The last is that you want to make sure that your knee of your plant foot is bent. The more bend you have, the better angle you will have whenever you strike the ball. So make sure that you're getting really good at striking through and timing whenever you bring your arms across the face of your body, keeping the alignment and playing the ball wherever it is that you want it to go. The third training is practicing the violent strike. Whenever you are striking the ball, you have to be violent about it. This is called a strike for a reason. So whenever your foot makes contact with the ball, you actually want it to strike. This is going to make sure that you keep your toe pointed, your ankle locked, and you're hitting through the ball. Now, the reason why this is so important is because whenever people try to send the ball really far, they put more emphasis on sweeping their leg rather than striking the ball. And there's a big difference. In order to strike the ball and get it to go really far, we're striking the ball and we're transferring all of the momentum into the ball. The more you get used to this, the better you'll be. And the same rules apply. You want to make sure that you're driving into the ball, your ankle is finding the heart, your toe is pointed, your knee is slightly bent, but this time you're going to drive the elbow that's on the side of your plant foot away from your body, but you're not going to be moving the arm of your plant foot. This is so that you open your frame and you get full connection on the ball. Now you'll know you're ready for this whenever you're able to isolate your hip and pass from your hip. Because whenever you're going through this mechanic, it's important that you're not trying to smash the ball. We're not trying to hit this thing as hard as we can. You want a violent strike and you want your form to be what's most important above all else. If you can master these 3 training techniques, then this will allow you to play any pass on the field in just one step. You can generate all the force you need to be able to play the ball anywhere on the field. And this is all that it takes for you to unlock your game and start playing every pass and be the player who seems to be watching the game from a bird's eye view. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know if this did help, and subscribe. That really does help the channel. But as always, this is Coach Connor, and I'm all in and dedicated to your development in soccer. Bye for now.